CoastLife, we know that you're busy. Maybe you're running the kids to school and practice and back home for dinner. And sometimes we all just get caught up in such a rhythm and we're going at such a speed. Well, we're here to remind you to slow down a minute because most importantly, you want to get home to your family safe and sound. So to tell us a little bit more and remind us why we want to take things a little bit slower is Meghan Niddrie with the Delaware Office of Highway Safety. Thanks for being in here today because I think it's always a good reminder, especially with sort of the changing of the seasons, to slow down. Because when you break down some of those numbers of accidents, fatalities, and speeding accidents, it's a little bit jarring. So you guys have had a hyper-local focus here to spread the word about driving safely and driving the speed limit. So tell us about this campaign.
So the Office of Highway Safety has started a new campaign called Drive Safe Delaware, Love Your Neighbor.
Aww.
So this is a hyper-localized, focused campaign. We specifically got feedback from Delawareans on their road safety concerns. We also met with local law enforcement and first responders, the boots on the ground, you know, the ones that are out there. We wanted to get their feedback and what their concerns are. And then we also took the data from targeted zip codes and put it all together to try to make a super hyper-local campaign that focuses on the specific counties, towns, even as far as schools and colleges in the area.
Yeah, so what are some things that drivers can do out there? I think especially when we see new crops of young drivers, every generation of teenage drivers, that's so terrifying. So what can parents do and what can we ourselves be reminded of to drive a little safer, drive a little slower out there?
So speeding is a choice. It's something that you can easily choose not to do.
That is true.
It's important to slow down and take your time and make sure that you're getting where you're going safely. As far as, you know, parents, you set an example. Be the example. Make sure you're putting on that seatbelt. Don't leave until everybody's buckled up.
Yep.
And, you know, make sure you're following the posted speed limits. They're there for a reason.
They are there for a reason. And I know by my parents' house, there's a speed limit sign that gives you a happy face if you're going the speed limit and a frowny face if you're going too fast. And it hurts your feelings so bad. And it's definitely like, it does make you slow down a little bit and remember that, you know, when you are driving through a neighborhood, kids live there, families live there, pets. I know that's another one that I think people tend to forget about, that if pets run out into the road, there's so many lives that you can alter just because you made a choice to speed.
And that's another important topic as well, is to keep an eye out for or be prepared for those unexpected things, especially coming into the fall and winter months. You're going to see more deer out in the roadway, so it's important to slow down and make sure that you're looking out and always be prepared for unexpected items to come out into the road.
Now we know that a lot of people, you know, maybe your Friday, your Saturday night, you're excited for the weekend, you go out, you have a couple drinks. It's another important reminder to get people home safely after you have been out and had a few drinks, or, you know, everybody likes to have a good time, but we all like to get home safe. So what are some reminders that you have for drivers, and maybe even things that local restaurant owners can do to encourage a designated driver and getting people home safe?
So it's always important to make a plan. You can designate a safe and sober, responsible driver. You can use the rideshare services that are available to you. You can also use public transportation or even plan to stay the night.
True, very true. So for people who do have more questions, whether they're folks that want you guys out at events to talk about stuff like this and keep our community safe, or just folks that have questions in general, how can they get in touch with you and get more information?
So we have our website, arrivealive.de.com. We also have an events request form on there if you would like OHS to attend an event, or even if you would like some of our educational materials, we can provide them via that request form. That's arrivealive.de.com.
Well, Meghan, thank you so much for coming in and giving us a good reminder and again to obey those speed limits and to arrive alive. We appreciate it and all that you guys do to help keep us safe out there.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, when we get back, something that's a little scary, but not too scary, the Horror Trailer Challenge. We're going to give you some details when CoastLife comes back.